Morning. So as promised, I'm going to talk to you about my new filtration system, and I'm going to show you how it works. So in the corner at the top here, behind that wall is where my compressor is. You can probably just hear it, it's just kicked in. So then it splits up and it comes all the way along to the actual filtration system. So why do you need to filter your air? Obviously, if you're working on air-fed masks or you're using machinery, you want to filter your air so you don't get any contaminants into your paintwork, into your tools, oils, etc. Why do you need to eliminate moisture from your air system? Because it is not good to be breathing in moisture. And again, it'll affect your tools and your paint finish. Compressor's just finished. Now, how do you get moisture into your airline? That's really simple. You've just seen the distance between my compressor and where my filters are. And your filters should almost always be at point of use. Don't put them by the compressor and then the air has to go all the way along through the pipe. Have them as close to where you're actually going to be using it. And so as the hot air that's been generated by your compressor comes out of your compressor, comes along the piping. This is mainly for European country where it can be quite cold. Comes along the piping to your filtration system, you're going to get condensation forming in there. And that's how you get moisture in. It's a bit like a distillery. So you heat up your brew that you're making, it goes around the pipes, it cools, forms droplets, and you have your alcohol. Obviously you can't drink this. This is water coming from the compressor there. But it's the same thing. Hot air coming out of your compressor, cools down in the pipework, creates moisture, and that is how you get moisture into your air pipe. Right, so what I have done to eliminate this, I had two choices. I could buy a refrigeration dryer unit, just under £1,000, or I could try this technology called Dropout, which was about £220, I think it was. So still quite expensive, but what's that? Almost less than a quarter of the price, a fifth of the price of what it would have cost me to buy a dryer. So it was a bit of a gamble, but I took it. It might have absolutely failed, but I'm happy to say it didn't. It worked really well. So let me show you my filtration system now set up as I would like it. Using this air testing system from Sagola, I was able to, if I switch it on, hold on a minute, and turn around the right way, bear with me please. I was able to test the dew point of my airline. And the dew point is the amount of moisture that is in my air, breathing air. And it was around, well, over 8%, which is really high and not advisable. So it needs to be below 3%. And that was my target figure. I had to get it down below 3%. Health-wise, and also because I didn't want moisture going into my PAC 6000X, which is my airline heating unit. So this is what I did. A lot of you probably already know this, but I'm just going to go through it and explain a little bit more. I bought this unit. It's the Dropout Unit, and it's a very, very well made and cleverly made piece of equipment. So it works. I know I said in my last video that it works on cyclonic. It kind of, but that is the cheaper versions. This doesn't actually totally work on cyclonic. A cyclonic filter will only be 77% effective. This is 99.99% effective. And the other thing is you don't have any drop in pressure as it comes through. It's a constant pressure, whereas with the cyclonic and other filters, you can have a drop from your inlet pressure to your outlet pressure. The wizardry behind this clarification unit is that it has some chambers in the center that split the air into 6 streams. This is all quite technical, so I've had to write it down just to make sure I get it right. And those 6 streams knock the air about into each other, creating an electrostatic forces inside. As I told you, it's quite complicated. And these electrostatic forces make the moisture inside there a lot heavier, and that helps it fall to the bottom. So as you can see on here, I actually have a pipe. So this is a self-draining unit, and this is the one I'd probably advise you to get. So there's no filter in here. There's no maintenance required. The technology in there is maintenance free. So once that you've set it up in your unit, that is it. You can leave it and just forget about it. It'll continue to work. Now, so I tested, and I'll just show you the photo. Before I set this whole rig up in this new unit, or the other side, I made sure that this worked. And it did. I ran the compressor for over 20 minutes, and it dropped it from over 9% dew point to, well, it kept going down. I got bored of waiting, to be honest with you. It was already down at around 2%. And as long as it was below 3, like I said, that was effective for me. That means that now the moisture coming into my new filtration system, and this is the Sagola filtration system, is moisture free, pretty much. So what I have here, this is a 3-stage filtration system, which then splits into the 2 hoses. This goes direct to just the air tools, and the other one on the left comes straight into my Sagola Pack 6000 airline heater. So the blue airline going into the shop next door is actually heated, and this unit will heat up my air. If I switch it on, let it just start up. So you can see the temperature right now in the airline is about 19 degrees, and I've got it set for painting base at around 50. And I'll alter that between 30 and 50. So what we've got here, first of all, the moisture remover to remove all the water. I've then got the air purifying filtration system. This has a 3-month lifespan, and then you need to change the filters. We'll come on to that in a minute. You just reset that and it counts it down. I really like that feature to keep an eye on when you need to change your filters. These 2 run on a 6-month changeover, so they last a little bit longer. This is a coalescent air filter, coalescent air filter, and this one is an active charcoal air filter. That's pretty much all you need. How much of this is quite an investment. All right, so this unit here is around £240, I said, £250, depending on the size you get, varies. This, at the moment, PMP Supplies have got a 20% off, so it works out at just over £800. But what I like about this is the whole filter pack is only £133. So, one of those you need to change 4 times a year, and these 2 you only change twice a year. So it's not a big investment. I don't know how much that is if you break the £133 down, but we can find that out. I'd imagine even if you said it's a third of it, it's like £40, £50. But for clean air that you're breathing when you're painting, you can't really put a price on that. So then it comes down into the Pack 6000, and that is my heating unit, which then goes into the workshop next door. So I hope that explains my air filtration system to you all, and why I've chosen to use this system, and specifically why I chose to go with the Dropout pre any of the filtration system, instead of buying a refrigeration dryer unit. Really, if this works, which it has, and I've tested it, why would I want to spend all that money? I don't, especially now. So what I've done for you guys, if you want to take up on it and you've got this system and you've got a lot of, you've got this problem with moisture in your system, I would suggest you definitely look at the Dropout. I've spoken to the guys at Dropout, and I've managed to get you all a discount of 10%. I'll put the link up shortly, or if you ask me, I can send you a link to them. And the discount code is called DAMAGE. It's not a lot of thought put into that, but it's nice and simple. So all you do is you put in your basket, when you check out, put DAMAGE into the voucher code, and you'll get 10% off. So hope that helps. If you have any questions about any of these systems, please give me a call, or DM me, and I'll try and answer them for you. All right, and yeah, definitely a thumbs up for the Dropout. Okay, take it steady. Bye.